Growing up in Stanislaus County, Chad learned that community involvement and public service are important ingredients to the success of the San Joaquin Valley. Chad enlisted in the United States Navy in 1991 when the first Gulf War started and was honorably discharged in 1995. Shortly thereafter, he began service as a legislative aide in the California State Senate. Condit also served as the Chief of Staff to Dennis Cardoza in the California State Assembly as an assistant to the Governor, Gray Davis, and worked as a senior legislative assistant for Minority Leader Charles Calderon in the California State Assembly. Chad is currently a public relations consultant in his hometown of Ceres. His experience in Sacramento combined with his knowledge of District 22 will help him be an effective legislator for the newly formed Assembly District. Chad and his wife, Helen Felice Condit, have been married 33 years and have 3 sons and a granddaughter. Chad Condit believes that safe neighborhoods and affordability must be at the heart of the California dream. Our state government must improve the quality of life for our residents to ensure California thrives in the future. As the next Assembly member for District 22, Chad Condit will always put the needs of our residents and our great state above partisan politics. Welcome to the Modern Assyrian program on AGN. My name is Carmen Morad. My special guest today is Chad Condit, candidate for the California State Assembly District 22. Welcome to the program, Chad.
It's great to be here on AGN and talking to you, Carmen. Great to be here.
I really appreciate you taking time out of your extremely busy schedule. I know you have some very special news for us to share with us today and our viewers on today's program.
I do. I am a candidate for Assembly in District 22. It's a new district that was brought upon by redistricting in California when they redrew the lines. It's an open seat, no incumbent, but it's a great seat. It includes most of Stanislaus, Turlock, Modesto, Ceres, the west side, Newman, Patterson. Takes in a little bit of Merced, Gustine, Stevenson, Snelling. So it is a great district, great people. I think my positions, my policies, my resume, my experience in Sacramento, my experiences as a business person lends itself to being an effective legislator for the area. I care about the area deeply, grew up here, went to Ceres High, married my high school sweetheart here, and we still live in Ceres. So I'm excited about it, and I wanted to come on AGN and announce that I am a candidate.
Thank you. We are honored to have you on this program for your announcement. But before we begin talking about the issues and the challenges facing our state and our communities, I would like to begin by thanking you for your service to this country. You have served, and it really shows that you love your country, your community, and thank you for doing that.
Oh, well, it was an honor. It was I served in the Navy for 4 years, and it was a great experience as a young man, and I love my country. Made me a better person serving in the Navy. So I'm honored to do it. Thank you for bringing it up.
Absolutely. It's important for all people watching, whether they are first-time voters, when they see someone running for office, to get to know them a little bit better, to know what their values are, what experience they bring with them. And Chad, you are very well experienced in Sacramento when it comes to navigating through the system. How will you bring that experience to your constituents in this new district?
Well, I did work in Sacramento. I worked as a legislative aide, as a chief of staff to Dennis Cardoza, as a special assistant for Central Valley issues with Governor Davis. My most recent job a few years ago was with Majority Leader Chuck Calderon in the State Assembly. So that kind of experience in knowing how Sacramento works lends itself to a successful, effective legislator. I know how Sacramento works. I know how to get a bill through. I know how to deal with Democrats. I know how to deal with Republicans. I know Sacramento, but you add on my military experience with my small business experience, I think it makes for a well-rounded candidate, a well-rounded position to be able to represent the entire district and to understand the entire district. I can talk to Democrats, Republicans, independents, everyone, I think, and I will always say the same thing. And that's what we need in Sacramento, somebody that's not going to go just say this to Democrats or this to independents or this to Republicans or this to farmers or this. I say the same thing. I'm about making the quality of life better in District 22. That has to be at the center of the California dream. We have to make that, let's make life better, not harder for folks in Ceres in District 22, I should say. Ceres in particular, that's where I live, but the entire district, I love the whole district. But so that's where I come from, and I think that my experience at business, Sacramento, military, puts me in a perfect spot to represent the folks, the people of District 22 in a very effective way.
Chad, you said about this district being new. Just to give you a little bit of what this program has been involved in, the premise of our program is civic engagement and making sure that the Assyrian community is informed and engaged. And what a beautiful way to exercise and to celebrate your citizenship by getting to know your candidates and what they bring and what experience they have. This is not a position that requires training on the job. This is a position that requires the experience of navigating through the system to bring what our community in this district needs. You eloquently articulated quality of life issues, and that's so important. What, in your experience, feel are the challenges that you will be tackling when it comes to improving quality of life for this district?
Well, I think in politics and in Sacramento or Washington, D.C., people are so caught up in who's going to get the credit and not looking for solutions. So I will always be solution orientated, and I don't care if it's a Republican idea or a Democratic idea. I'm looking to make people's lives better, to make a difference in people's lives on affordability, on public safety, on access to health care, on affordable housing, which we struggle with in this area throughout the state. So it's a wide range of issues, but we've all went into our corner, or the parties have went into their corners. We need to push everyone to the center, get in the middle of the road and all go together. And that's where I'm going to be politically, and as the next assembly person for this district, that's where I'll come from. I will work with everyone to improve those kind of issues for the folks of this district. That's what we need. We don't need to get caught up in the partisanship that has, frankly, and the bitterness that has taken over our country to a certain degree, and our state to a certain degree. We need to not worry about if you're a Democrat, Republican, and we need to worry about solutions. And the Central Valley struggles when people play partisanship because we already don't have the votes. We're already outvoted by San Francisco, by LA, with the numbers they have. So we need to stick together and have a common cause to improve the quality of life in these communities, Modesto, Turlock, Ceres, Patterson, all over District 22 and all over the Central Valley. And we only do that if we put the interest of people first and partisanship and the nonsense second. So, and you can be a Democrat, Republican, I don't care. Let's work together and find solutions. That's where I'm coming from. That's why I'm running.
It's so refreshing to hear those words from a person seeking leadership that really will make a difference once all of those things that you said are achieved. But let's go back to the redistricting. Chad, you said that this is a new district. We were very engaged and involved in the 2020 census. The importance of counting people, the importance of knowing how many Assyrians live in the United States, in which districts, where is our representation. But of course, the allocating of federal funds, schools, hospitals, highways, freeways, etc. But the last phase of the census is the redistricting. Can you share with our viewers the boundaries of District 22 and how they can find out if they are in your district, because they are the ones who can vote for you?
I can. I know District 22. I've looked at it. I've been looking at it since it came out. It's most of Modesto, all of the west side, Grayson, Wesley, Patterson, Newman. It goes down and takes in Gustine. It comes up, takes Turlock, Ceres, Keys, Empire, and then it goes down into Merced and takes in Snelling and Stevenson, Belico. So it's 12% Merced, and it is 88% Stanislaus. So it is a heavy Stanislaus seat, but it does have a little bit of Merced. It's a great seat, like I said before, with great people, strong agriculture community, strong Assyrian community, strong Sikh community. It's a mix of a bunch of communities that have made us great, and the Syrians have been at the forefront of that. Since I was a kid, I remember my dad talking about how great the Assyrian community is. And I got to know a lot of them. Paul Warda, John Lazar, Carmen Murat. It's been great, and they've been real contributors. And that's why I wanted to come on Assyrian Global Network and announce that I'm a candidate and I need your help. I'd like your help, and I'd like to earn your support. But that's the district, and if I was going to call someone, I would call the Stanislaus County 209-525-5201, I believe is their number off the top of my head, but I would call the elections office. Or you could go on Condit State Assembly, hashtag is my webpage, and we have the district on there too. I need to learn all my...
Well, we'll make sure we add all of those links
please
at
do.
the end of this program.
Please do. But that's the district, and find out what district you're in, because they did change it. They changed it.
Yes, there are changes after this redistricting, whether it's been congressional, state, county. I had the privilege of serving on the county redistricting
That's right, I remember that.
On the commission, and it's important to understand how that process works. And as I mentioned earlier, it's so important for the Assyrian community to continue their engagement, to continue to vote. What a beautiful way to celebrate your citizenship than voting. I mean, it is the way that we understand and celebrate this democracy. And thank you so much for being on this program, Chad. Thank you for reminding our viewers, Mr. Paul Warda and John Lazar, two very important community leaders, not just in the Assyrian community, but in the community at large. And we hope to see them get involved in this campaign. Paul Warda, of course, passed away. Right. He was such a mentor to so many of us. But we know that John and other Assyrians in this county and in this district can also be of support. Let's go back to what the Assyrian community has gone through. We have a history of over a century. It has been through our leaders here that they have had help from Gary Condit as a congressman and other members of the Condit family in local politics. And you understand our community. You understand our values and challenges and what our aspirations are. Thank you for mentioning that on this program. It's important that our viewers understand what the values are of our candidates and how important it is to support and to be there for them.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for saying that.
Absolutely. It's important, those of us who remember years back, when our community is in need, that's when we reach out to our elected officials. But now it's time that we do reciprocate, and we make sure that those members running for office that understand us, that acknowledge us, know that we are here in the community to support them.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I just, real quick on Paul Warda, I grew up and I knew him forever, and what a man. And it symbolizes what good community people are all about. And not only Paul, but a lot of folks. And but I will never forget the Assyrian community, whether I win or lose. But if I win, you're going to have my ear, you're going to have my attention, and we're going to try to make things better.
Absolutely. In closing, Chad, what would you like to leave our viewers with regarding this upcoming election for District 22.
I would just like to thank you again, Carmen, for having me on the show to announce my candidacy. And I would like to ask all your viewers, all the folks that are listening out there, just to consider me. And you can call me directly at 209-582-1068 if you have any questions from anywhere about anything. I'll tell you what I think and where I'm coming from. But I will give it all for this district. I will give it all for you. I don't care what party you are, doesn't matter. I'm going to try to make a difference for the people of Stanislaus and Merced counties. So I ask for your consideration, and just have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. We ask one more time from our viewers to check the status of their voter registration to make sure that they are eligible and they find out which district they are in. Thank you again for making time to be on the Modern Assyrian program on AGN, Chad.
Thanks, Carmen. Have a good day.
We also ask you to come back when you feel it's necessary to have a follow-up conversation.
I will do it. I will be back.
Thank you. This concludes my conversation with Chad Condit, candidate for District 22, California State Assembly. I'll see you on the next Modern Assyrian.